A very good evening to you. This is Prime TV News. Let's take a look at the headlines first. President says he has consolidated freedom, democracy and the independence of the judiciary. Prime Minister gives instructions to the United National Front to prepare for the Alpetia polls. Those who insult on social media are being monitored. Assurance given that the electricity board will not be privatized. And in headlines overseas, death toll rises to 23 in the Indian fireworks factory blast. And now let's take a look at the news in detail. President Maithripala Sirisena has said that he had established freedom, democracy and independence of the judiciary in the country despite various allegations levelled against him. The president made this observation vesting in the public the new judicial complex in Polonnaruwa. The expenditure incurred on the construction of the new three-storied building complex was 327 million rupees. It comprises a high court, a district court and a magistrates court, each along with other facilities such as officers and parking areas. The president, who arrived at the judicial complex, vested it in the public amidst the chanting of Set Pirit. Thereafter, expressing views at the function, the president said that he is quite satisfied that during his term of office he had been able to maintain the judiciary sans any interference, whatever criticisms had been raised. President Maithripala Sirisena pointed out that he established democracy and judicial independence despite various accusations levelled against him. Addressing the opening of the new courts complex in Polonnaruwa, the president said he had not faced allegations of interfering with the judiciary, although all former executive presidents have faced accusations of that nature. He mentioned that the independence of the judiciary, which has been ensured during his term in office since 2015, should be considered as a privilege received by the judicial sector and the people. Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe has instructed leaders of the United National Front to prepare for the Alpetia Pradeshia Sabha polls. Premier Wickremesinghe, returning to the island after his tour of the Maldives, had a special discussion on the Alpetia Pradeshia Sabha polls with Benthara Alpetia electoral organizer Minister Gayantha Karunathilaka and Minister Vajra Abeyawardena. The Prime Minister has made it clear to the leaders of the United National Party and the United National Front they should first face the Pradeshia Sabha polls irrespective of who is to contest the presidential election. In addition, the United National Party mentioned that discussions had also been held with UNP Chairman Minister Kabir Hashim and General Secretary Minister Akila Viraj Karyavasam. Meanwhile, an inquiry has begun with respect to the forcible collection of signatures by two state ministers from the parliamentarians while the Prime Minister was on a tour of the Maldives. Several senior ministers had apprised the Prime Minister of this incident and accordingly an inquiry has begun. The Sri Lanka Information Technology Association says that there is a tendency for social media websites to exchange slanderous and fake news and hate statements based on presidential elections to affect the privacy and rights of others. The association states that this has been revealed by the studies carried out by its association. The association points out that such content is posted on social media websites using fake social media accounts. Creating fake accounts, publishing fake news and hate statements is contrary to the community guidelines of social media websites. The Sri Lanka Information Technology Society further stated that the social media website has provided users with the facility of removing such fake accounts from their social media sites. The association calls on the public to report if they come across any hate or fake news on social media. Minister Ravi Karunanayake has said that the Ceylon Electricity Board will not at all be privatised. The minister made this reference joining in the opening of the Distribution Sector 4 headquarters complex of the Ceylon Electricity Board. The minister pointed out that action was being taken to protect the Ceylon Electricity Board with responsibility on behalf of the consumers. Minister Ravi Karunanayake mentioned that a cabinet paper will be forwarded for the generation of solar power for domestic as well as business buildings. The minister said that when they were selling a unit for 23 rupees and when they received an income of 16 rupees, they were incurring a loss of 7 rupees. He said that the Ceylon Electricity Board during this 5-year period lost a sum of 140 million rupees. What development can be done from it? He said that he remained in the stand that the Electricity Board will not at all be privatized. From today onwards, they will always think of adding the strength of renewable energy. The minister revealed that a cabinet paper would be submitted next week that for every new building, and if it is a house with more than 7,500 square feet, 20 or 25% renewable energy should be added to it. If it is a business building and is more than 10,000 square feet, it is mandatory to add renewable energy. Japan's ambassador to Sri Lanka, Akira Sugiyama, has said that Japan will be taking action in the future to extend grants on behalf of groups of special needs and families that need the support of society. Action has been initiated to construct a new building for the Al-Arsat School for disabled children in the Ampara district. The inking of the related agreement took place at the Japan's embassy in Colombo. A sum of 15 million rupees will be expended on it under the financial grants of the Japanese government. Ambassador Akira Sugiyama said that they would be taking initiatives to continuously extend support to children and their families that need special facilities. He is happy that Sri Lanka is supporting the launch of such projects. He added that at the same time, they are ready to support another group as such. The Southern Province Office of the Department for Registration of Persons and the one-day service for the issue of national identity cards will commence tomorrow. It will take place under the patronage of Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe. The Southern Provincial Identity Card Office will be opened at the ground floor of the Galle Kadawat Satara Divisional Secretariat. Minister Vajra Abeyewardena said that the Valuation Office and the Passport Office will be opened in Galle in the near future. The Prime Minister will also vest in the people the newly constructed Batdegama Divisional Secretariat with the intention of making the public service more efficient. The expenditure incurred on it was 87.4 million rupees. The building will house a fully fledged auditorium with a seating capacity of 300 and also a vehicle park. The Finance Ministry has announced that liquor licenses had not been issued to any member of the present Parliament. While there are 4,910 liquor bars with all-purpose licenses in Sri Lanka, 1,100 among them are retail outlets. The Finance Ministry pointed out that there are 1,567 hotel liquor licenses and 554 restaurant licenses. The ministry stated that any person desiring to obtain a liquor license could obtain a permit under the rules and regulations stipulated by the Excise Department. If obtaining such a license, one should not have been found guilty of any offence within the last 5 years and should also be a taxpayer. The Ministry of Finance stated that according to the type of liquor bars, they should be located within a reasonable distance from places of worship and schools. The Ministry of Finance mentioned that the list of liquor licenses issued has been published on the Excise Department's website for public reference. Former parliamentarian Sajin Gunawardena has been released on bail at the Colombo High Court today after being indicted over the unlawful acquisition of assets. In addition, there is more information on court cases taken up for hearing today. The Attorney General had filed charges against the accused under the Money Laundering Act for unlawfully acquiring assets worth more than 300 million rupees during his tenure as a parliamentarian. After handing over indictments, High Court Judge Gihan Kulatunga ordered Mr. Vaskunawardana to be released on a cash bail of 500,000 rupees and two surety bails worth 5 million rupees. Court also ordered to obtain fingerprints of the accused. The case would be taken up on October 1st. Colombo Chief Magistrate Lanka Jayaratna has ordered the Booster Prison Superintendent to produce Kanjipani Imran in courts on the 9th of this month. Orders were given to produce this suspect in this manner following an incident related to berating the OIC of the Central Anti-Corruption Unit affiliated to the Keselwata police. Chairman of the Road Development Authority Nihal Soryarachi has said that it was during the last 4 years that construction work on expressways was carried out speedily. He made this reference at a media briefing held today. The Road Development Authority chairman said that work on 10 kilometers from Kadawatha to Keravalapitia is being speedily carried out and they expected to open this stretch for traffic on the 15th of October. Its significance is that the expressway directed to the south links the Katunayaka Expressway. As such, this will reduce to a considerable extent vehicles entering Colombo because anyone wishing to travel to Panadura and Horana can reach their destinations without entering Colombo. Taking past lessons into consideration, the road has been raised where floods take place so that the people are not being inconvenienced. As such, Nihal Soryarachi said that the public could use this road without any fear. The annual Perahera festival of the Sabragamu Maha Saman Devale commenced yesterday. The first Kumbal Perahera paraded the streets yesterday while a large crowd gathered to witness the Perahera. The Saman Devpuda Varna 2019 Perahera festival commenced on the 31st of last month with the planting of cup. The first Kumbal Perahera commenced yesterday while it is scheduled to be held until the 8th of this month. The Perahera of the Asala Perahera festival parading the streets will commence on the 9th of this month and continue until the 13th. Thereafter, the Randoli Perahera is slated to be held. The Perahera festival will draw to a close with the conduct of the Day Perahera after the water cutting festival on the 14th of this month. The devotional media contribution of this Perahera festival is being made by the Independent Television Media Network. And now taking a look at the weather forecast, several spells of showers will occur in western, Sabragamua and central provinces. Light showers will occur in southern and northwestern provinces. Wind speed can increase up to 50 kilometers per hour at times in the northern province. The Department of Meteorology forecasts several spells of showers in the western, Sabragamua and central provinces. Light showers will occur in southern and northwestern provinces. Showers or thunder showers may occur at a few places in Uva province and in Ampara and Batiklo districts after 2 p.m. The Met Department said that the wind speed can increase up to 50 kilometers per hour at times in northern province. There may be temporary localized strong winds during thunder showers. It warned the public to take adequate precautions to minimize damages caused by lightning activity. And now let's take a look at today's business segment. The shortfall of tourist arrivals feared after the Easter Sunday attacks is fast narrowing as year-on-year numbers continue to reduce, with August arrivals seeing a contraction of 28.3%. This is in comparison with 2018 and the first 8 months of the year, tagging a deficit of 19.9% when compared to the same period last year. In August, 143,587 tourist arrivals were registered, down by 28.3% compared to a year earlier of 200,359. However, it was well above what was seen after the 21st of April. Right after the Easter Sunday attacks, tourist arrivals plunged by 71% year-on-year in May, followed by 57% in June and 47% in July. Sri Lanka Tourism Development Authority Chairman Johan Jayaratne pointed out to journalists that the average arrival rate on a monthly basis per day had grown gradually after the Easter Sunday attacks from 1,219 in May to 2,102 in June and 3,732 in July to eventually reaching 4,632 in August. And that's all the news we have for you tonight. For more information, you can log on to www.itnnews.lk. I'm Umayangi Vijay Surya signing off for Prime TV News. Good night.